好吧？
好。
然后咱们再是那种是一人一个，一人一个就 OK 了。开始。都点了啊。
都点了。OK。
那声音可以吗？
应该是单麦听不见。然后，那行。开始吧。Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
And the studio. And today, please welcome my colleague to explain the model of the turbocharger, and there are many types of the turbocharger. And so, let me.
你这怎么回事？
中间现在，就这样吧，一会儿就连上了吧。
Now let's introduce the turbocharge. And the turbocharge mainly refer to engine intake turbocharge, and it mainly included three types: exhaust-driven supercharge, mechanical turbocharge, and electrical turbocharger. By impressing the air of intake to improve the intake and density, the turbocharger presses air into the cylinder, which is 2 or 3 times higher than the atmospheric pressure into the cylinder, which can burn more diesel and make more power. For the standard of good turbocharge, it can have two functions. The first one, it can save fuel, and the second one, it can reduce discharge amount. And
reduce the emission and produce the power of the engine. That's the two function of actually all turbocharger.
Okay, now let's introduce the commonly used turbocharger. It is just like or this turbocharger. It's called the exhaust-driven supercharger or exhaust turbocharge. And now let's introduce the exhaust-driven supercharger or turbocharger for you. And for the now first we should introduce the components of it, and it can be separated for 3 bigger parts. And the first one here, we called it compression machine. Yes. It mainly relating with the air, pure air. Yes. And here is included turbine. It means for the exhaust air. Yeah.
Yes, exhaust gas. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And here is the intermediate shell. Now, let our colleague introduce the detailed usage of the turbocharge for all of our clients.
Okay. And this kind of the turbocharge. Okay, we have new friends. Come to our studio. Yes. Okay. And this kind of the turbocharger is widely used. We call this exhaust turbocharger, right?
Yes.
Yes, and my colleague just said that this kind of the turbocharger mainly have 3 big parts. Yes, as we can see these parts, because this part the function of this part.
Compression machine.
Yes, compression machine. The function of this part is compress the air and push the air into the cylinder. And this part is the source of the power. And we use the exhaust gas to put the turbine impeller inside this part and to rotate and this is the three part. This is the third part, and there's a shaft in this part, and they can
intermediate
it's a connection. Yes,
shell. It's called intermediate shell.
Intermediate shell. Yes, and in this part connection the compressor and the source of the power
together.
这个端叫什么？
It is called the included turbine.
Included turbine.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yes. And means the third part is the connection of this two parts. Yes, it's a connection, and you can also see the oil, the red cup right here, and in this side it also have a red cup, and this is the oil hole, and when you install this on your engine, this the oil pipe hole. This is intake oil pipe hole and the outtake and the inlet oil pipe hole and outlet oil pipe hole. And this is right here. And next I will show you the working principle of this turbocharger.
Turbocharger. And the exhaust driver supercharge or turbocharge are making use of the 700 to 900 degree exhaust air, drive the turbine revolve. Yes, make it revolve. 然后 turbo then
翻车了。Okay.
The turbo shaft make the impeller highly revolve. Highly revolve by the centrifugal mode. Improve the air density to 203 atmospheric pressure. The turbocharge pressure air into the cylinder, which
into the cylinder.
Is 2 to 3 times higher than the atmospheric pressure into the cylinder, which can burn more diesel and make more power.
Make more power.
This is the working principle of the turbocharge.
Yes, and we know the working principle of our engine. If you get more power, if you get more air in the cylinder, the engine can also get the more fuel in the cylinder. So at that time you can get the more power, and this is the function of this turbocharger. Yes. And next, I will show you the working principle of the turbocharger, and look at first. Look at here. This hole. Yes, this is an intake hole, and after the oil and the air burned in the cylinder, we have the exhaust gas. Right, exhaust gas, and sometimes if the engine without the turbocharger, the gas will push out in the air.
In the air,
yes. In the environment,
outside,
outside. And but if your engine have the turbocharger, and the exhaust gas will.
It means here connected with the engine block.
Yes, engine block. Yes. And the exhaust air will push in through this hole. This is the exhaust gas hole, and
make the impeller
rotate. Yes, and push the impeller in this part rotate, and
it will have the mechanical strap.
Yes. And
makes the shaft roll also.
Yes, and in this hole and right here, and the exhaust gas will push out to the air, to the environment, to the air, and when the impeller impeller rotate, and through this third part right here.
Yes, it is called intermediate shell.
Intermediate shell.
It goes through from here and we go to the include the turbine here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. And the how do we call this compressor machine, right? This is a
Mhm.
compressor machine, and the compressor machine can get the power from this part, from this
Yes,
turbine.
here is include the turbine.
Yeah,
Yeah, here
included
is
turbine,
a compressor machine. Yeah, compressor
and
machine.
including turbine is the source of the power. They can
Yes.
push the power to the compressor machine, and the compressor machine will intake the
Right, intake
the air from
the
here.
air
Let me
here.
open this red cap.
Here is a
Yes,
pure air
yes, into this intake hole.
came into from here. Yeah.
Yes, and this the compare machine the compressor machine will compress the air.
Air.
Yes, and then the air will pushed out from this hole to the cylinder.
Yes, and make the air can the degree of the air can be 700 to 900 degrees,
Mm.
and also can make the air has the air density to 2-3 atmospheric pressure and hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
and but this is basically working principle of the turbocharger. Actually, between the between the yes the exhaust hole, right,
Yeah.
for the pure air, and to the cylinder, they also have a colder machine. 你刚才说是这个空气很热是吧？
对，就是它出
Yes,
来时候
yes, because the air after compressed, the temperature is very high. So we need to a colder machine to let the air's temperature get more lower.
Yes, and can make it not boil the machine and make
Yes.
the machine
Yes.
go works efficiently.
Yes,
Yeah.
can let the or engine have a great working environment.
Yes. Okay. This is the working principle of the turbocharge,
Yes.
and my colleague and I introduce to all of you my plans. Yeah. And now we will introduce how to use the machine or keep the machine healthy.
Yes.
Yeah. In the
How to
healthy.
maintain this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
to maintain
Healthy.
it?
Yeah.
And
We will have four items to introduce here. Yeah.
four items, four topics to need to tell you, and hope you can pay more attention. And
And the first one, we should choose good quality oil.
yes, and the third part that I just said in this part called the what?
It intermediate shell. Intermediate shell here.
Intermediate shell.
Intermediate shell.
Yes, there are two holes, two oil holes. Yes, right here. And the most important thing is we need to choose good quality oil, and let the turbocharger's lubrication in wonderful,
Smoothly,
yes,
yeah.
mostly, and in a wonderful performance.
Yes.
And
can you introduce the oil? Should we all clients choose the oil? What should they pay attention to? Yeah.
yes, on the turbocharger and the action of the air into the compression chamber, greatly increase the amount in the engine combustion and the chamber volume and the condition of the environment equivalent to improve the compression rate of the engine. And the working stress is high machine precision of the turbocharged engine assigned by technique. Direct they are decided by the turbo engine in a high temperature, high speed, large power, low emission conditions. So in this selection of this turbocharged engine used for oil, and the oil must have good wear resistance and high temperature resistance, easy to build a high stress oil film. Sastinic oil present the sastinic oil can satisfy these requirements. So, in addition to provision of this use of the original oil, also can use the sastic oil and the sastic oil of the high quality luber oil.
Yes, or you mean we should choose the high quality oil, and mainly we should select the synthetic oil at present, or semi-synthetic oil can satisfy this spares of the machine. So in addition to the provisions of the use of original oil, also can use synthetic oil of high quality of their lube oil. Yeah. And now let's introduce the second. We will use this turbocharge. We will use turbocharge. We should pay attention. We should pay attention to. We should regularly check the sealing ring of turbocharge failure. If the failure of turbo A, the oil seal, the exhaust get through the sealing ring into the engine lubrication system, time will make the oil premature failure. In addition, the engine running at a low speed, the oil will through the sealing ring into the exhaust pipe, exhaust emissions from the exhaust pipe. Exhaust pipe smoking and phenomena caused by is the failure of compressor and seal inside the intestine fanning, and the oil will enter the compressor casing with intake sucked into the cylinder combustion, resulting in excessive consumption of oil. Oil phenomena seriously, we can cause the carbon deposit increase. That is means if we should regularly check the sealing ring of turbocharge failure, or else,
cannot let the lubrication oil into the turbocharger
and make the burn oil phenomenon.
Yes.
That means the waste of the oil, and also make the machine cannot work very efficiently. Yeah.
Okay.
And can we introduce the third one for the payment? Yeah.
Okay. The third topic is the regular replacement of the oil, and actually at this the first three topic is all about the lubrication system, and the matching of the turbocharger rotor shaft and the bearing are very precise. Very precise. If the oil too dirty or too deterioration will bring the impurities and abrasive, turbocharged light and accelerated bearing wear. Wear in the rod shaft and the bearing seizure, and therefore we must change the oil regularly. In every oil change oil filter, the best will be replaced.
That means we must change the oil regularly.
Yes. Once you change the lubrication oil,
should check the oil filter
and
also.
All the seals about this turbocharger. Yes.
And also to say if the oil filter can work very efficiently. If not, you should replace the oil filter also.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically means if you
Besides the oil, you should also pay attention to the oil filter. Yeah.
yes, oil filter. Yes, means when you once you change it, you want to change the oil, and you better to change all the like the filter, the all the seals about the turbocharger. You better to do that. Okay.
And
And the
now,
next is something about the fix this turbocharger repair.
yeah, repair to professionally. We will repair the turbocharge. We should make it repair to professionally, not just repair. If we are not professional, we should not
Do that.
repair by ourselves. We should make some professional person to do this
To do this.
professional
Yes,
work.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The turbocharged rotor bearing with high
Precision,
precision to repair and installation work environment. Requirements are very strict. Therefore, with a turbocharged failure or damage should be to a professional repair station for maintenance. To sum up, on the turbo engine, as long as the master the correct method of operation and regular inspection and maintenance of the turbocharge not only make the service life of turbocharge is greatly prolonged, improve the dynamic performance of the automobile, but also improves the economic performance of the vehicle. That means we should let professional person do professional work.
Yeah.
Not yeah. We can something we can do ourselves, but if we use this precision machine, we should let if it has some problem, let professional work or let engineer do this for us. Yeah. 那我说一下几点？
有点事，完了断了。And okay, okay, welcome. 一会儿说那个吧，我一会儿放那边。And I want to next. I want to tell you about when we install this in your engine, and I think maybe most of our customers, maybe most of the drivers should know that. And before when we use it, when your car or your truck have have the turbocharger, like this, and when you start your engine, you cannot drive your car immediately. That means you should let your engine and idle run for 3 to 5 minutes. And so because the turbocharger need to, as I said, this part is a lubrication system, and your engine, the turbocharger needs oil before he start when it not work for a long time, before maybe just the car you park over your car in the street for a whole night. And when you just start your engine, you can't remember that you cannot drive your car immediately. You need to run idle run the engine for 3 to 5 minutes at least. And it's the same when you wanted to turn off your engine, you pull over the car, stop the car or your truck, and it's the same. You cannot turn off your engine immediately. You need to stop there. You stop your truck and the car beside the street, and also needed to idle run for 3 to 5 minutes because when the turbocharger works, as my colleague said, the compressor air have about what is the temperature?
About 700 to 900 degrees. Yeah.
degrees. Yes, that temperature is very high, and the speed of this turbochargers is much higher than the engine, and the air, the temperature also is very high. So we need time to let it cool down. So that is why we cannot turn off the engine immediately when you power when you stop your car or pull over your car in the street.
Yes, you mean
Yes,
we do this can make we do this can make or can protect our
yes,
machine and
yes.
can protect our car also. Yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly. No,
Yeah.
means no matter when you start the engine in the morning or you turn off stop your car at night, and you need to idle run 3 to 5 minutes. Because all that things you do is for protect your turbocharger and let your turbocharger have a long using life.
Yeah. Can prolong the life of the turbocharge.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And you better, yes, and we just talk about the oil system. We talk a lot of topic about the oil system. That means the oil is very important. The lubrication is very important for the turbocharger. And so um, and you better and so you means you better the maintain date means every 6 months you need to change the oil. You better to do that. Maybe six, maybe 7 or 8 months. That's all right. But you better if you can change the oil for every 6 months. You will keep the will keep the turbocharge in a greater performance when it works.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, basically this is okay. That basically is a basic knowledge of this top charger, and next let me show you
Show you
the
how
package.
to
Yes,
how to package or
yes, the
product.
package
Yeah,
of
here.
the top charger.
Here.
嗯
这个叫
，form
form
form
form or
yes,
form
mm.
F O M yeah form 是真的这上面。
扣在上的，嗯
It should be we put our turbocharge into this box
嗯
and it should be have full sign of forms inside the box. You can see, and the box and the cap of it also, yeah, have full sign of forms to protect our turbocharge. Yeah. Okay. Now let our colleague to introduce the box. The box for all of you. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, yes. Yes, the package is personally this is my I think
Yes,
this
very,
is
very beautiful.
yes and stable.
Design.
Yes,
Yeah.
stable and it's a great job
It
and
is hard. Yeah.
yes you can see in the every angle of this package this box we can see the
Yeah. Every
yes
angle,
we can
yeah.
yes every angle there's some plat some device some cover made by the plastic. Maybe it can because the angle is sharp, right? And maybe can cut somebody's hand. So we use this.
Yes.
We use this
Maybe
black
also
part.
can protect the children from
Yes,
here.
avoid
sharp
the
angle,
children
yeah.
maybe getting injury. Yeah. So and so this is a it's a great and we can call also this
Okay, we over here also have two handle and it is very easy to
carry handle.
put
Yes.
this
Mhm.
to load it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And to put it.
Yes, maybe when you buy this and install this in your engine, maybe you can use it like a container. You can put your some daily life stuff in this. And maybe it's your children's toy, maybe something else. It's great. And okay, we talk a lot about this turbocharger, but we didn't tell you about this type of the turbocharger. So next, let me tell you that the model of the turbocharger is GP60S. Yes, this is a model.
This is a model of this turbocharger.
Yeah.
GP16S.
Yeah. And
here we also have the other kind of turbocharger.
Which other kind? This is the same kind.
Same kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is the same kind.
It's a different package, but
Just
this is the same model.
The package is not.
And the brand is
same.
yes,
Yeah.
different package and different brand, but it's the same model. This is also the JP60S, but that is different.
But this one is not the same. Yeah.
Yes, this one's not the same. This is for the.
Can you tell our clients the model of the turbocharger?
This is for the number.
This is. Talking too hard. Here.
骆驼
4105. Yeah, turbocharger. Here, you can see here.
Okay, we stop. 继续。
下这个拿下去。OK。
别把那个再把。
那个。
不是那个。不用把了，怎么着？
今天还是把。
放地下，我一会儿把它装上再办。Okay, next is for add time.
Yes. If you want to order the spares or order the same item, you can contact with us.
Yes, this is actually this part we call the traditional parts. Every time we will do the same thing. And I'm afraid you can't remember us. So we do this.
Yes, this is also our mobile phone number. If you want to contact with us, any problem about the or about the products, you can ask us freely. Yeah.
Yes. If you're interested about our products, you can scan our QR code and or WeChat or WhatsApp, and that is my number. And my name is Kevin, and my colleague's name is Candy.
Yes, my name is Candy.
Yes, and okay.
If you have any inquiry,
yes,
will be welcome.
Yeah. Yes. Once we get your comment or we receive your private message, we will reply you. We will respond. We will respond to you as soon as we can. And hope you can contact us if you have some question. If you have willing to purchase or products, and don't wait. Contact us.
Okay, bye.
And okay, until then, see you next time. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye. 结束是吧？
拜拜。
你还没播够，继续。这边呢？这边也能结束吗？
你翻译的他妈我他妈都不懂，你怎么瞎这么念？
谁啊？
你翻译那个。
不是，那里面就是有几个生词，你要提前看。哎，这个怎么关啊？
就直接点关就行。
你现在直播呢，你还在那里说，你看不懂。需要剪一下。